Many years ago, I met a colleague of mine. He actually worked on similar types of animals very early on in his career. But in 1990, he was part of an expedition that eventually led to the discovery of a big meat-eating dinosaur in Antarctica. And at that point in time, I had actually worked in Arctic Canada, so I had some experience working under cold climates. And I was also an expert on meat-eating dinosaurs. So Bill Hammer asked me if I'd be interested in working in Antarctica if the opportunity came up, because A, I had the field experience, and B, I worked on meat-eating dinosaurs. Now, the dinosaur down there was very different than the ones we have in Alberta, but still, it helps us understand what goes on in the family history of that group of dinosaurs and what their interrelationships are amongst the meat-eating dinosaurs here. So it very much fit into my research program, and it certainly fit into my interests as well. 2003 was the second expedition to try and recover that dinosaur. The first expedition in 1990 and 1991 basically collected part of the skull and maybe about a quarter or so of the skeleton. When we went back in 2003, it was under extremely difficult circumstances because that dinosaur is actually found 600 kilometers from the South Pole, and it's found at an altitude of 4,000 meters above sea level. So both factors mean it's cold. And I thought it was a wonderful experience because Antarctica is so starkly beautiful. It's just stunning. And it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I couldn't believe it. And then working at such a high altitude on this dinosaur. Now, the dinosaur turned out to be an extremely hard rock. That's why it survived for so long. And because of that, we weren't able to work very quickly. And as it turned out, the weather conditions, of course, are brutal in Antarctica. Especially at 4,000 meters above sea level. So we didn't get out very much. So of the 28 days when we could have been collecting the dinosaurs, in the end we only spent 6 days on the mountain trying to collect the dinosaur. The net result was we only finished about 1/3 of the specimen. So there's still another third of the specimen to go, and I'm happy to say that this year, 2010, in December, we're heading back to Antarctica to try and recover the rest of that specimen. We're actually working with the Americans as part of a National Science Foundation incentive from the States, and it's an international team. And the specimen will go back to the US for preparation and ultimately for its long-term curation as well.